Shalom, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakodash. Double honor to our apostles and elders of the great millstone that taught us the truth, and peace and salutation to the hopeful elects. And shalom to you affiliates of GMS for the great work of sincerity in the work that you do in pushing the truth in the highways and the byways and stuff. And double honors to you affiliates that are handicapped. You're blind, you're lame, or deaf or something, and because of that, you haven't been able to make it down to the camp. Double honors to you and shalom. If on the keyboard is the only place where you can push the truth on the highways and the byways and the marketplaces of the internet, then do that. Remember, you can do nothing against the truth, but only for the truth. And that what you do does count. It does matter. And don't let anybody tell you anything different. Shalom. Welcome to today's video, and a shalom to you, Akum, to you women. You watching the videos, you learning the truth, you searching for a righteous male covering that you may obey and come up under his righteous spiritual vibration and go into the kingdom with. Shalom. Continue doing your work. Shalom. This is your Hebrews like brother Mashaba here in the city of Detroit. Welcome to today's lesson. This is a short video, my third video for today. It's a short video. I just wanted to do a touch up on some of the things that's happening over in Venezuela right now. It's some of the same things that may very well be happening over here in America, Babylon, when the time comes. Remember, we got Andreas fault that could easily erupt. We got the New Madrid fault that could easily erupt, and we got Yellowstone, okay, National Park, our land. I'm Northern Kingdom, so that's our land. You see, that Esau Edom stole from us when he stole America, our country. You understand? And so yeah, all of that could erupt. If Yellowstone erupts, I already did the math. It would be at least 2 feet of ash, volcanic ash, that would reach and make it all the way here to Detroit. Okay? And anywhere that's closer, the further, the closer you are, the deeper the volcanic ash will be. In some places, it's going to be 10 foot. The whole city is going to be wiped out, completely wiped out by volcanic ash, automatically. Everything, you see. And then after that, an EMP from Russia or North Korea or China or Iran, you see, detonated over America, 300 miles up, and that's automatically going to cause an EMP, electromagnetic pulse detonation, which it will shut down all the electricity, natural gas for cooking and heating, running water, gasoline distributions, food distributions, all computer networks will be shut down, no access to ATM machines, and no access to the inside lobby of the banks. All that will be shut off. Everybody will be in darkness. The first 3 hours, a lot of people is going to get killed automatically, okay? And especially if this happens during the wintertime. The Bible said, let not thy flight be during the winter. But it is. It's going to be during the winter. Because remember, Trump said there will not be a Christmas this year. And so, and they were saying December was the time that they was going to round up all the young men for the draft. It may be before then. In order for them to do that, draft for what? What war? It ain't no war, right? Or is it? They're going to make sure it is a war when that time comes in December. They're going to make sure some sort of escalation occurs. They're going to do a terrorist attack, sleeper cell terrorist attack right here in America, and they're going to done by the Trump Israeli regime, and they're going to blame it on Iran or somebody, and then say, hey, we got to go and attack them. We need to round up the troops, round up the young men, go gather up all the young men, age 18 through 42. We're going to be gathered up. Oh, look, let's go ahead and put some scripture on this right quick. This First Thessalonians chapter 5, verse 3, and it reads, for when they shall say peace and safety, it's because they're going to be tricked into believing that everything's okay. Everything is all right. No need to worry. Nothing to see here. Move along. But it's going to be plenty to see. Then suddenly, you see, destruction cometh upon them. You see, all of a sudden, it's going to be destruction. It's going to be mayhem. And yes, it can very well be something like an earthquake. or a volcanic eruption, or Yellowstone erupting. All these things, EMP, shutting down all the electricity, and that's going to lead automatically to the water, natural gas for cooking and heating, and all these things are going to shut down, complete shutdown, as prevail upon a woman with child. You see, that means that's how vulnerable everybody is going to be, because people are going to be in a state of mind where, hey, like in the days of Noah, they're going to be given in marriage, weddings, funerals, and different things, and graduations, and all these things, and parties, and all this stuff, and so they're going to think they got it going on. You see, they automatically going to think they got it going on. They're not going to be considering Yahweh or Yahweh Shai at all. You see, flat out, they're not even going to consider as much as Yahweh or Yahweh Shai. You see, it's flat out. Their minds are going to be concentrated on doing everything else other than the word. They're not going to be concentrating on the Lord. The 2/3, they're going to be as Isaiah chapter 1 verse 3. Yahweh compares them to a dumb ox and a mule. They're going to completely be caught off guard. As prevail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. And they shall not escape. You see, but us elect, we shall be saved by our works and by faith. You see, so we gonna be okay. We gonna be alright. But everybody else gonna be messed up, flat out. They're gonna be messed up. Ain't gonna be nowhere to hide, nowhere to run now, baby. This Deuteronomy, we gonna read some reference points on that. This we in the blue letter. This is Deuteronomy chapter 29, verse 19, and it reads, "And it come to pass when he heareth the words of this curse, you see, of this curse, that he blessed himself in his heart, saying, I shall have peace, though I walk in the image of mine heart." You see, and a lot of people's imagination of their vain heart is wicked, but they think they're in a good case. They're going to get surprised to add drunkenness to thirst. You see, that means a waste. Instead of people just feeding their thirst, they sit up getting drunk off this. You know what I'm saying? Drunk off the false philosophies of the wines of Esau and Edom. This Judges chapter 18, verse 27. And it reads, "And they took things which Micah had made." That was his thing they took. "And the priest which he had, and came unto a people that were at quiet and secure, and they smote them with the edge of the sword." You see, when the martial law troops come through, that's going to be a surprise to a lot of people, because they're not expecting anything to happen. They think everything's cool, and they think they're in a good case. Surprise, surprise, and burneth the city with fire. These are the things that are going to be going down when the time comes. You see, because as of right now, people think they're in a good case. They're saying peace and safety. Okay, this is verse 28. "And there was no deliverer." There was no deliverer. That means there was no one, not Yahweh Shai, not anyone there to help, assist. That's the way it's going to be for the Edomites, the heathens, and the 2/3. You see, for us, Isaiah chapter 26, verse 20, hide thyself in a little chamber for a moment, okay, until the indignation of the Lord is past. This was going to happen for us, but for everybody else, there will be no deliverer, because it was far from Sidon, and they had no business. See that? They had no business with any man. You see, in the first place. And it was in the valley that lieth by Bethlehem, and they built a city. And they weren't supposed to do that. They weren't supposed to do that, and they didn't have any meaning. They didn't be in there, no man. You see? So come upon them sudden destruction. Psalm chapter 10, verse 11. And he had said, Yahweh had forgotten. You see? People are going to think that they have been forsaken by the Lord. It's because of their own choosing, their own doings. As to the reason why they're going to be, their fate, their judgment is sealed. He hideth his face. You see? Yahweh hideth his face from them. You see? Proverbs chapter 1 and 26. You see? Hosea chapter 5 and 16. You see? He will never see it. You see? Verse 12. Arise, O Lord, O God, O Yahweh, lift up thine hand. You see? Forget not the humble. You see? Because the time has come when the people are going to wish so much that they would listen to the right, that they would have listened to the prophets and took steps, took measures towards this righteous path, but they didn't. Verse 13. Wherefore doeth the wicked contend Yahweh? Doeth the wicked contend Yahweh? No. See, because the wicked, they don't do nothing to satisfy Yahweh. Remember, they don't even consider Yahweh. Isaiah chapter 1 and 3. Yahweh considered them as the dumb ox. He had said in his heart, thou would not require it. You see? Flat out. Flat out. That's just simply the way that is. You see? That's just simply the way that is. For when, so let's go down here. Verse 4, 1 Thessalonians chapter 5, verse 4. But ye, brethren, are not in darkness. No. Why? Because we got the light. Why? Because we studied this, 1 Timothy chapter 2 Timothy chapter 2, verse 15. We studied to show that ourselves is approved to who? Yahweh. That's why we got the light when we're not in darkness. That day should overtake you. No, it's not going to overtake you as a thief. Because we're going to be aware. And because we are aware and we're looking for the hasten. We hasten for the day. You see? You see? Ye are all, verse 5, ye are all the children of light. You see? Hope for the elect. And the children of the day. We're not in darkness. We are not of the night, nor of darkness. Therefore, let us not sleep as do others. Right? Because they're going to perish. They're going to perish. But let us watch and be sober. For they that sleep in the night. And remember, much judgment happen in the night for those that are in darkness. And they that be drunken are drunk in the night. But let us who are of the day be sober, putting on the breastplate of faith and love, and for an helmet, the hope of salvation. For Yahweh had not appointed us to wrath. You see, he ain't appointed us to wrath, not at all, but to obtain salvation by our Lord Yahweh or Yahweh Shai. Okay? Flat out. Flat out. Flat out. You see. Who died for us, that whether we wake or sleep, we should live together with him. You see. Wherefore comfort yourselves together and edify one another, even as also ye do. See? Flat out. So look, we're going to go ahead and close it out right there. Lord's willing, and the time is 4:41. Yahweh or Yahweh Shai. You see? And so, brothers and sisters, hold on, stay strong. We ain't got long. Maintain being occupied in the word until Yahweh Shai has returned. Maintain being mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally circumspect. Analyzing all things, be aware of who's around you and where you at. Because remember, spirits move from people to people and place to place. So make sure you got the right people around you and you in the right place. Okay? Flat out. Just like that. And so, hold on. Hold on to your strength. Don't let go of the plow. Keep going forward. Keep plowing this word into the ears of the elect. You see, that they may be bent back and broken. Those that are still asleep and need to be awakened. We're awakening up the elects, and they are being what sealed. Okay, with the seal of exemption from judgment. Okay, Ezekiel 9:4. Okay. The water ever so much for watching today's lesson. Hopefully you were motivated, inspired, or edified by today's video. The water ever so much. We can go ahead and close it out. I'd like to give all praise and all honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash. Double honor to our apostles and elders of the great millstone. They taught us the true peace and salutations to the hopeful elect. Shalom to the hopeful elect.